everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you're returning, I have some family stuff to show you today, so hopefully I can keep up with the words. Parker's Pretty Paws, if you want one of these awesome palettes, go check her out. Thank you, Nicole. Look at this. She sent me this. You can't buy this anymore. Wait till you see how gorgeous this glitter is. Family time. Okay, this is a picture of me and Anna about 7 years ago. And the next clip is Raylyn, my first granddaughter, when she was about 9 months old. She was being fussy with her mom until she heard my name. Watch how freaking cute.
Hi. Wow. Hi, Gubba. Hi. Yeah, hi, Gubba. Hi. Wow. Hi, Gubba. Hi. Yeah, hi, Gubba.
Wow! Hi, Gubba. Hi, yeah, hi, Gubba.
Me too. Hi.
It is fun.
Oh, cool. Who's that? It's a great Tom.
That was Raylyn when she was about 2, getting excited to see Vanessa. And this is Anna and her fiance. And just if you guys wonder what it's like to be a grandma, there it is right there.
Flowers in hand, waiting for me. Every word for a tree. Won't call me by name, only baby. The more that you give, the less that I'll need. Everyone says I'm look happy. When it feels like I know what you want from me. Gonna wish we never met on the day I leave. Let me down to your knees. 'Cause they say that really needs us company. There's nothing fun to tell me what you need. There's nothing fun to tell me what you need. Baby, ain't a lot that can fly on it with me. I'm everything I said I would be.
Take a drink of water, baby. You haven't had one.
Loves Miley.
Of
course. With all her guts.
I'll put you down slow, only goodbye before you let go. Just one more time. Take off your clothes, put down
And tune knows all the words.
Yeah.
Tonight, my eyes are you. Don't look happy. Close your eyes. I know that you want from me. Gonna wish we never met on the day I leave. I'm coming down to your knees. 'Cause they say that really leads us company. There's nothing for to tell me what you need. And it's not before the tell me what you need. Baby, there's a lot that can fly on that with me. I'm everything they said I would be. Papa. Oh, you like gooseberry.
What were you telling me? Great job. What are you doing?
I'm picking something for you.
Oh, you're picking something for me to watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you like this or do you like something else?
This one's fine.
Yeah, I'm picking something.
You're gonna pick something different? Okay.
Wait, I know this one's funny.
A funny one?
And Dad goes to work, and Veronica goes, everyone goes to work, then we'll go swimming in my pool.
You have a pool? Wow.
A big one.
And you know how to swim in it?
And Dad said, get in it. And there's something I can play.
Yeah.
It's not a toy.
It's not a
Is this a gucky and we get in it and we'll crab snap.
Ooh, a crab snaps? Oh, wow.
It's not a real one. It's just a fake one.
It's a fake one. And what about...
Do you like going swimming with me?
I would love to go swimming.
I'll call you if you want to come over.
Okay.
And you guys can come over.
That's so nice of you to invite me to your dad's house.
And you stay here or do you like going?
I'm going to stay here, but Abba has to go back to Arkansas tomorrow.
Why?
That's where I live.
Ew.
Yeah, but then I'll come here again. So when I come next time, maybe I can come to your dad's house with you. That's very nice of you to invite me to see your toys and stuff. I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah. So he just started T-ball the week I was there, and I can't... Can you stand this? Can you stand it? How does he know how to hit a ball, throw a ball, run the... He's too little! Just too little. So freaking cute, and he had to jump like that every base. Here's Annie and Nick again at my cousin's wedding. Nick is her fiance. I think I said that in the last picture. My daughter likes to wear her hair red or blonde. So there she is red. Here she is blonde. Her natural hair color is the way it is up her roots here in this picture. And the same as Raylan's. Her and Raylan have the exact same hair. So, and here she is red again. And we're on to the nails. So, thank you guys for spending the last 8 minutes with my family. I'll tell you guys about the nails a little bit, and then I will kind of give a little bit more detail of the things we just watched. So I decided to do a pink and yellow spring set with like Easter bunny feels. So you can call them Easter nails or spring nails. I don't know. I'm going to do a couple pink Frenchies and some yellow. But seriously, after watching that stuff, I just need a minute. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. So one thing about Not Polished that I love that I've told you guys before is how easy it is to blend and how long it lets you work with it, but it doesn't take forever to dry. It's like that perfect balance of when it looks like it's dry and you can't do anything more with it, you still can. But if you have left it alone, then it dries. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. It is so good for beginners. I mean, I still consider myself a beginner, maybe mid-level, because I've taught myself a lot of things I never thought I could learn. Definitely not intermediate, but my point is that I still need forgiveness when working with acrylic. I still need time to work with it without it running everywhere. And this is still the perfect brand for me when I was a brand new beginner and I needed that time. And now that I've gotten more control over it, it is still the perfect time for me. The timing. I don't know. It's just, no matter what I pick up or what I use, I always go back to this because nothing works like it. Nothing works as well. And maybe it's just because it's what I'm used to, you know. I mean, I know it's a good brand all the way, but there are other good brands as well. But for me, this is just, it's just it. So as you guys can see with this glitter, so Nicole, I think I mentioned in my one or two of my other videos, we've been trading sister boxes. Well, it's really been more on her end, her just completely spoiling me, sending me amazing stuff. And this glitter here, if you guys don't know, is from a company called Secret Nail Affair. And if you're new around here to the nail business, they are still around. They're still an amazing company, a small family-owned company. And the mother does incredible nails. I think the daughter does too. But they used to sell acrylics and they do not anymore. And so you cannot get this anymore. They do still sell gels, but they both kind of like switched over to doing gel. So they don't even sell acrylics anymore. She said because the acrylics just weren't selling. But some of their acrylics, and the reason I know that is because I reached out to them almost begging for this one acrylic I have that I thought I'd always be able to get, but they don't make it anymore. And, you know, that was heartbreaking. So for anyone to share Secret Nail Affair with you is a pretty nice thing. And she sent me, I don't know, 5, 6 or more full jars of these glitters that, as you can see, are extremely unique and stunning and you can't get any more. So that was just so kind. And yeah, I can't say enough about how kind she has been to me. Thank you, Nicole. So anyway, as you can see, it's gorgeous. I'm going to add this yellow, and I'm going to make you'll see as we get there, the bottom of those Frenchies. I'm going to blend this yellow into that glitter and vice versa. And that's basically the set besides some stickers, bling, and charm. You guys, okay, to talk about my family, again, thank you for, I'm sure I won't be able to, because of that Miley song in the beginning, not get a strike on this video. I don't really not positive exactly how that works. I kind of am, but I don't want to like talk about it. But anyway, I don't want to draw attention to that. I had to put that in there because so real quick, as I said, Anna alternates between red and blonde hair, so you guys could see her there. And then her and I together, I think that picture of her and I together was, I think, my birthday. I think we were out to eat for my birthday, or possibly her birthday. It was someone's birthday. And we were at a restaurant, or maybe not, maybe we were just at a restaurant. I feel like it was a birthday, though. And me saying that my granddaughter, Raylyn, does not know my dad. I don't think my dad ever met Grayson. If he did, he was like in the larva state, like freshly born. And the last time he saw Raylyn, she was maybe 9 months old. I think she had just started walking. So they did not know each other at all in the slightest bit to be able to pick up on each other's personalities or anything like that. And when I got in the car, you know, they picked me up at the airport. We all just stood there attached to each other crying, and Okay, I'll be back. Okay, sorry. One of the things I realized is being away from them is kind of like grief, where you don't realize what day it's going to hit you, and you don't realize how it's going to affect you. Some days you may smile and have such a perfect memory, and some days you're, getting through the day with only having just a few little quips of memory or thought, and some days you just can't think about them at all without being completely wrecked. And yeah, I go through that about those kids. But they had just picked me up from the airport, and the last time I saw them, Grayson was 2, just about to turn 3, and Raylan was 3, just about to turn 4. So the fact that they have just turned 4 and 6, but I feel like I've only been away a year, it's been more than that. And if you had asked me ever in my life if I thought I'd be away from them that long enough for her to start kindergarten, for her to lose teeth, for her to learn how to sing songs and know the words, for him to be talking sentences, and he was barely talking when I left. It was very, very, very emotional in good ways and hard ways. But when Raylan started singing that song and belting it out and literally making the same eye and facial and head and neck movements as my dad when he sings, that about broke me. Because no one in the car knows that. Anna wasn't close with my dad because he lived in California her whole life. I still haven't told her that because I can't say it with my mouth without breaking down, Anyway, he was just an artist, okay? He could draw anything, from cartoons to extremely detailed stuff, and literally absolutely no one in the family, none of his 3 daughters, none of our grandkids, none of his great-grandkids got any of his talent, musical or artistic. And so Raylan sat down and whipped out some drawings and some things that she should not be able to do at her age at all, and floored me. So maybe she is finally someone in the family that inherited some of his talent. We'll see. But I was blown away by that. Maybe just because she's my baby and no one else's. I don't know. And I played that that one at the beginning. So when she first started talking, I made an agreement with myself, and we kind of do this in our family. I think a lot of families do. When you're a grandbaby, you tell them, you start calling yourself grandma, and you talk to yourself or you talk about yourself to them in the third person. Let grandma tie your shoe, like that kind of thing. So they know you're grandma, and mom is saying, do you want to go see grandma? And go to grandma, that kind of thing. So they learn your name. But when they start talking, can they say grandma? Well, the first time Raylan tried to say my name, she said Gubba, because she couldn't say grandma. And that turned into Ubba. So in the very beginning, when she was first learning to talk and what to call me, when she was like 9 months or so, which was that first little clip I showed you where Anna was holding her, she was calling me Gubba at that time, or Ubba. And that has just turned into Ubba. I'm Ubba. Grayson just flat out calls me Ubba, never known me as anything else. So yeah, we just let kids in our family call what they pronounce, like however they pronounce it when they get little. And so when I said, if you want to know what it's like being a grandma, there it is. Raylan was home by herself with her mom. Anna was pregnant with Grayson at the time. So she's home with like a 9-month-old, pregnant with Grayson, and she was by herself making Raylan lunch. Raylan was being fussy, and it was nap time, and ooh, that face she was making, like, don't record me, until she heard my name. Like, perhaps we're calling Ubba, perhaps Ubba is on the phone screen. She reacted with her whole body. Her eyebrows shot up to her hairline just from hearing my name. That is how much they love you. That's how much grandkids love you. And then when she was 2, the way she would have knocked down a horse to get to the front door, knowing Granny Tom was there to come pick her up. And it's just the most priceless love. It's just priceless. And Vanessa's last name is Thompson, and her favorite grandma was her Grandma Thompson, and everyone called her Granny Tom. And so when we asked her, what do you want the kids to call you? Of course, she said Granny Tom. So that's why Vanessa is Granny Tom, which the kids just call her that. So Raylyn is in gymnastics every Friday, so I got to go to her gymnastics class, which was precious. Grayson, like I showed you, had just started t-ball. He's just so cute. And when I said, how does he know how to bat and catch and run to the bases? Well, his dad, he stays with his dad half the time, 50% of the time. And over at their house, which, as you saw him inviting me to his dad's house and to go in the pool and float in the duck and float in the crab. That's just a toy, but it may snap you, that whole thing. Priceless, precious little boy. He was inviting me to his dad's house, which of course I've never been there except to pick up or drop off like 2 years ago maybe. But apparently they have a pool, and it was just adorable that my heart was cracking in half with his hopeful little face looking at me, do you want to come? And he even said, I'll have Veronica I'll call her and have her come pick you up. Like, right now, let's go to my house, my dad's house, and play with my toys, and you can come. And that kind of thing will, especially, like, I had to leave the next day, and I was trying so hard to just be flippant, oh, that's okay, and of course I'll come next time, but I have to go home tomorrow. You have to be realistic with them. You have to say, I'm leaving. I don't live here. You can't fool them and lie to them, but you have to be matter of fact about it. When in reality, I wanted to go curl in a ball and just cry, Oh, I'm going to cry again. Okay, hold on. Raylyn, she knows her days of the week and all of that. So she was counting down. Like when I got my tickets, it was 22 days from when I would be there. So she was 21, 20, 20, 19, 18, 17. She was on the countdown before I got there. And she was on the countdown while I was there. She kept repeating to me, you're spending 7 nights with us. And she just started crumbling, like on night 2. You're only going to be here 2 more nights. And the next day, you're only going to be here 1 more night. And do you leave tomorrow? And like, that was just so hard, you guys. But yeah, now that I'm cleared to fly, everything went fine health-wise. I was slamming emergency, wearing a mask, sanitizing and washing my hands constantly. I know I sound nasal right now. That's because I've literally been bawling and watching this stuff, and this was hard to put together and get out and talk about. But I love sharing with you guys, and I love that you guys like to listen, and that means a lot to me. But I didn't get sick because I have no immune system from that whole COVID thing I went through. If you guys know, I'm not going to bring all of that up right now, but now that health is in order and I traveled. Also, when I got there, both of the kids were getting over like a chest cough. Raylyn was trying to sing. Her voice kept cracking out because she was still fighting a cough, I was just sure that I would get sick, and I've been home a little over a week and I'm not sick. This is the inspo I used for the set, by the way, and of course, Cheyenne's nails. Whenever I see her sets, they just grab me. So I didn't copy her exactly, but I did definitely use it as inspo, so I wanted to show it. This bunny charm has a pink rhinestone in the middle of it, but you could barely see that it was pink, but it's pink. It's super cute. Also, I placed these little flowers wrong. So you'll see them in a different arrangement later because I ended up taking them off and realizing they needed to go. I didn't have them aimed at a sharp enough diagonal. They were kind of going across the nail instead of down the nail, and you can kind of see that here. So I end up taking them off and putting them more down the nail. I think this is coming to an end. There can't be much more of this left. Anyway, so I also took the kids to the zoo on Sunday. Me, Anna, and a couple other family that I'll talk about another time. Had a beautiful time, and that was fun. Like I said, I went to their gymnastics, t-ball. And I was going to say how he's so good at t-ball and who Veronica is. When he said, I'll have Veronica come get you, that is his dad's girlfriend that they've been living together a couple of years. And he just loves her. And, you know, I know that's hard on my daughter, but we couldn't. I remind my daughter, too, sometimes that we have to be thankful that he has someone at his other house who he loves. You know, it would be a worse situation if she didn't like him. And she is older and already has her kids are in college. So he is like a grandson to her, even though she's kind of not old enough to be a grandma, if that makes sense. So anyway, she has always coached softball for her girls, and so now she's coaching t-ball for his team. So she's one of the coaches, and so she works with him. That's how come he knows how to catch and throw and everything, which I was just shocked by, because he's too little. All those little kids are like 3 and 4 years old. It was just so cute. But yeah, that's how that all came about, which I was... Like, Anna had told me he was in ball, but I didn't know that they actually had games at that age and things like that. It was just really cute. Super cute to see. I enjoyed every single moment. It was priceless. It was also very difficult. So I'll just be going more often so that it's not so emotional and so hard on everyone. So thankfully, knowing that I got a handle on the majority of my health problems and traveling isn't an issue is a huge relief. So, and you know, I stay with them and didn't need a rental car, so I saved on a hotel and a rental car. So really it was just only the ticket. So that made it inexpensive also, which is great. Thankfully, and I felt so welcome at their house and so taken care of and loved. And it was a beautiful trip. It was a beautiful trip. I can't think of what else. Mostly we just spent time together. I had, on the days that Anna and Nick were at work, it was Raylan's spring break, so she was not going to kindergarten. So I got to stay home with her, and those were the days that Grayson was with his dad. So I got to spend 2 full alone days with Raylin, and then when Raylin started back school on Monday, I left on Tuesday, but Monday's one of the days that we have Grayson, and he's not with his dad. So that day I got to spend alone with just him and me, which he's a completely different child. You saw him sitting on the couch just being so sweet, cuddling to me, trying to find something for me to watch on TV, inviting me to go swimming. He's just a little angel. But when he's with his sister or other kids, when it's not just you and him, he's more of a solo child. He... Excuse me. Oh, here's where I put those back on correctly. He is a stinker. He doesn't listen. And yeah, he is a completely different boy, one-on-one. He's not a bad kid. He's an angel, a perfect, beautiful little angel. But yeah, and then the story about their dads is something that's private to my daughters, so I'm not going to get into that, but they do have different dads. But Grayson looks like my sister, the one I lost. Just super pale skin, big blue eyes, blondie, even though his dad is a ginger, a dark ginger, and you can see Anna from her pictures. So he completely got the Irish towhead side of our family looks. But anyway, he's a sweet, sweet, sweet boy, but does get a little stinky when he's not the only one as far as kids in the house go. He's not mean or bad to Raylyn or anything, but he just, I think, may have that going on where, you know, if I have to be bad to get attention type thing. I don't know, but that's just, I don't understand that, because we all love him so much and give him attention in a positive way. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but he does behave differently when it isn't just you and him. So my point is, I had an amazing day. I did do some of these glossy and some of these matte, and it's just because that's how I felt like they looked good. Anyway, yeah, I just had an absolutely beautiful trip. These are the nails. I'm sure I'll remember more things to tell about you guys in the next video. Unbeknownst to me, this was going to be emotional. These are all different links at this point, so I'm going to fix that with the e-file on my free edge real quick, and then I'm going to give you my final picks and be out of here. But yeah, I'm sure maybe in the next video or two I'll remember some things that were cute. Oh, princess dresses, that's one thing I can tell you guys about the next video. Super cute thing. But all right, you guys, here's the set. Thank you guys for being here and for sharing my family with me and sharing my trip with me. And yeah, just thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys next time. Bye.